Hi everybody, how you doing? 7 weeks to go until Manchester Marathon. Seems crazy. I can't believe it's so close. 7 weeks time. It'll be April, it'll be warm, we'll be pounding the streets of Manchester again, which I didn't think I'd ever do again after the disaster that happened last time. But it's all looking good this time around. It's looking a lot better, feeling a lot fitter, feeling a lot more ready for the marathon. 7 weeks time, 2 weeks of taper. I know I've got two or three 20 milers at least still to do. This is my biggest week. This is my biggest week probably of running ever. I think this is pretty much a 60-mile week. It's Thursday today. The week so far. So Monday was obviously a rest day after Sunday's 19-mile run. Monday rest day. Tuesday the plan was 8 miles easy. I had to split into 2 runs to fit everything in these days. It's getting really difficult to get work, kids, food, all this sort of stuff sorted. It's really difficult to schedule the days to get everything to fit. So because I lead a club interval session on Tuesday, so I don't run in that session. I sort of do the warm up and cool down. So I do the warm up and cool down, which is a couple of miles, and I lead the session. So I don't really do much running. So the best thing I found to do was I did 5 miles at lunchtime on Tuesday, and then about 3 miles in the evening. So I got the full distance. It wasn't perfect. The lunchtime run is a bit stressful. It was a lot of headwind. It was a lot of mud. I found a new route that I fancied doing. It was a load of chicken sheds. It was past a Bernard Matthews turkey farm. It wasn't the most exciting of runs, but it was a few miles in the bank, all done. So that was Tuesday. Wednesday was a run and a half. So the plan for Wednesday was 13 miles, mile and a half warm up, mile cool down, and then 6 lots of 10 minutes at marathon pace, so 7:22s. I'm back on the nutrition plan with Kerry after a fairly heavy week. Last week, I'm back with a vengeance on the nutrition plan. So Wednesday morning I had porridge with a banana. I had an apple for break. I had an early lunch of a seeded bagel with turkey and hummus and salad leaves. That was it for lunch. And then at about 3 o'clock I had another bagel with turkey and hummus and salad. And then at 5 o'clock I ran home from work. It was dark. It was a headwind the whole way. It's point to point, so it was a headwind the whole way. It was raining. It was raining in my face. It was about 5 or 6 degrees, but with the wind and the rain it felt really cold. It was a really tough run, and I DNF'd, to be honest. I got through the warm-up. I got the first 10-minute block. It just seemed doing it point to point is great, because the only way you can go is to carry on going to get home, because I left my van at work, and you just want to keep going and get home, and by 7 o'clock it's all done. But the hills were just falling in the wrong places. I've got a hill at the start of my very first effort, so the very first effort my heart rate is getting too high. Then on the first 3-minute, which is a fast jog recovery, first 3-minute recoveries, again I was going up another hill, so didn't really get the benefit of heart rate calming down. But I got through the first block, I think something like 7:24s, 3 minutes fast jog recovery, and then the next 2 or 3 10-minute blocks I didn't feel great. I really didn't feel great. I felt weak. I felt cold, wet, hungry. I definitely felt hungry. I definitely felt underfueled. And they were just building up and building up and building up. And by the time I got to the 4th one, I knew 5th and 6th was going to be really difficult. 5th one was like an all-out effort to hold that marathon pace. Starting to feel a little bit dizzy, really starting not to feel very well at all. Recovery, heart rate didn't come down below 175. And then about to start, but I got through it, and I think I was above pace, to be honest, on the 5th effort. I think I was about 7:19, so I was above pace. There was a bit of downhill in it, which helped. Anyway, started the 6th 10-minute effort, and a minute in, I blew up. Wasn't going to happen. I started to go a bit cross-eyed. I started to feel faint. I knew there's no way I had 10 minutes in me. I was done. I was completely done. There was no way I'd have got through 10 minutes. After about 2 minutes, I was at the bottom of a long hill into the village before my town. A long, gradual hill. And I thought, there's no way I can hold marathon pace up this. I can't even hold it. Heart rate was about 184 or something. Crazy high for marathon pace. Too much. Not enough calories. And I just stopped, and I just had a couple of minutes getting my breath back. I tried jogging. Again, I was seeing stars. It wasn't pretty. I really did bonk. You know, when you're on a long bike ride or hit the wall in a marathon, I properly detonated. I walked for about half a mile. It was all I could do. And then I was getting cold. It was still raining. It was about 6:45. I hadn't had enough calories. I'd cut myself too far back with the calories. I knew I was a mile from home, and I just jogged the last mile in about 8 minutes 40, I think. I was blowing. I was really done for. I got in, had a big calorific smoothie, and recovered. But when I woke up Thursday morning, so this morning, I had DOMS as if I'd done a marathon. Felt awful, but I had to cycle back to work, because obviously Wednesday I drive to work, I run home. Thursday I cycle back to work and then drive home. So I cycled into work, which was fine. My quads were a bit heavy. Felt a bit weak, felt a bit knackered. But you just got to do it, haven't you? Sometimes you just got to keep going. So I cycled to work, 12 miles, 45 minutes. And then had a fairly quiet, restful day at work, to be honest. And then tonight I had a club run to lead, so I had to lead the fast group at club run, which works well for my sort of recovery, steady, easy-ish sort of pace. So obviously the quicker guys go off further and faster, but there I just instruct them to loop back and check on me and the others in the group. So I managed to get home, wolf my dinner down fairly quickly after work, and get out and get a 5k in before the club run. Then did 6 miles with looping around within the club run. So I got the session done, which was 9 miles, steady pace. Legs felt pretty shot still from yesterday, to be honest. Quads were screaming at me, but heart rate was okay. They're all about 8:05 pace all the way through. And it's good miles in the bank. You know, it's miles on tired legs. So I'm on course now for a decent week. Friday tomorrow is a rest day, which I'm looking forward to. I'll have a nice long soak in the bath Friday evening, I think. I've just finished my Thursday run, brought my son to football. Yes, I did plan to get into the leisure centre, but I'm done for this week. I'm sitting down, having a rest, having a peanut butter and frozen cherry smoothie. Yeah, rest day tomorrow. Saturday is 7.5 miles easy, which I'll do after parkrun. And then Sunday, we've got a club social run. So 9 o'clock Sunday morning, we're doing 5 miles easy, finishing at a cafe for breakfast. So before that, the plan is, I think, 6 miles warm up, then 7 miles at 7:50 pace. So about 30 seconds a mile slower than marathon pace. I'm going to do that 6 and that 7 before 9 o'clock, finishing at 9 o'clock where we're meeting the group. So I'll get 13 miles done, and then I've got a 5 mile loop to do. But for that 5 miles, I'm going to lead the group around, but I'm also going to do the first 5 miles at 7:35 pace. So again, just outside marathon pace. And then 3 miles easy. So I've got to do 8 miles within the 5 mile club run, but I think it'll work out okay. I'll do lots of loops, keeping everyone together, guiding everyone around the loop, around the route. I think it should work pretty well. And that'll give me, what's that? 7, 6, 5, 3 miles cool down, 21 miles. That's the target for Sunday, is 21 miles. And that'll top off a 58, 59 mile week, I think. As I said, biggest week ever. So we're going well. Now I'm coming up with a little bit of a plan. I'm not sure which shoes to wear for Manchester Marathon. I'm feeling like I'm going to be in PB shape, official PB shape. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling my blisters. You want to know about my blisters? I know. I think I've got through those. I've been wrapping them up in ortho tape. I've been TCPing them, as someone suggested. Thank you in the comments. But whilst I've been running, they've been in ortho tape, Ingenie toe socks, which I hate, but they stop the toes rubbing. And then, yeah, when I'm not running, feet out, TCP on my toes, cut all the skin off. We're pretty much there. I think we're okay. Tonight I just had Ingenie socks, nothing else, and we're good. We're good. But what I'm thinking, I've got two 20-mile races to do. I've got a half marathon. I've got a half marathon next Sunday, Hampton Court. Then I've got two 20-mile races, which are obviously just going to be training runs. I am thinking of trialling a couple of different pairs of shoes for those 20-milers. Obviously, I've got the Hoka Carbon X's, brand spanking new pair of Hoka Carbon X's that I'm going to use potentially for marathon day and for one of the 20-mile races. But I'm wondering about trying some of these other super speedy shoes. You know, the Asics have got the, I don't know what they're called, Hyperfly Glide or something. The ones that look like they're on fire. They're supposed to be super fast. I'm thinking about potentially trying those. I'm thinking about maybe even trying the noisy Nikes. You know, the ones that come padding past you like someone's wearing wellies in a race. Nike Fly, I don't know what they're all called. But I want every opportunity for as big a PB as I can get. And if it means I have to wear some speedy shoes, I'm all for it. Everyone else is wearing it. Why shouldn't I? So stick some suggestions in the comments, if you wouldn't mind, as to what shoes you think I should try for these races. I've got, like I say, I've got half marathon, I've got two 20-milers, so I've got lots of opportunities to do some comparisons. I can wear one pair of shoes for one 20-miler, another pair of shoes for another 20-miler. So I'd love some suggestions of some fast shoes to wear. Hoka Carbon X 2s I wore for Manchester last time, and they got a 20-mile race and then they got a 10k walk, so that wasn't too much of a test. But I've got another pair of those to wear for Manchester, unless I come up with a better option in one of the earlier races. So yeah, I'll get the camera out over the weekend when I'm running, show you where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going to be running on Saturday yet, hopefully somewhere nice. Until then, stay safe, enjoy Friday. It's nearly the weekend. Woo! 7:10. 21 miles. I can't even speak. 21 miles. Sunday morning. 7:10. Let's go. So this morning's run has been planned with military precision. It's basically a 5-mile social club run at 9 o'clock, starting and finishing at a cafe. About 10 or 15 people, I think. But a few of us want to obviously get a few more miles in beforehand, so I was up at 5:15 to have my porridge and a bit of a bagel, then back to bed, let that go down, let that digest, back up again at 10:27, cup of tea, get dressed, contact lenses in, and out at 10 past, which you've just seen. So 7:10 out the door. Marcus should be leaving his at 7:10 as well. We're running 2.5 miles towards each other. Then we're doing a loop, which finishes just before 9 o'clock at the cafe, meaning hopefully we've got 13 miles out of the way before we start. Then it's a 5-mile club run. We'll loop around a bit, do a little bit more, and hopefully should get near enough 20 miles done before breakfast at 10 AM. That's the plan anyway. So I'm carrying a small water bottle and some gels, and Marcus should be leaving another water bottle by his car. So hopefully we should have thought of everything. I didn't do yesterday 7 miles because my legs are still destroyed from last Wednesday, so it could be interesting to see how today goes. They feel a bit fresher this morning, but they're still not perfect. Just tired quads, just DOMs in my quads, just from being underfueled and pushing through too hard probably. But it's what it is, it's a big week. Let's just see how it goes. So Marcus should be running towards me, 2.5 miles each. Let me turn and go back past his car, which is quite good because I can dump my gels off, leave them there. That's at about 5 miles. Then it's 1 more mile of warm up, then 7 miles of 750s, which is 30 seconds outside marathon pace. Back to his car, meet everybody else. And then depending how I'm feeling, it's either 5 miles of 735s or just jog round and get it done. But it's a well thought out plan. It's taken some doing, it's taken some messaging this week, but we got there, and hopefully in about a mile he should be coming around this corner. I haven't checked my phone, haven't looked, I'm just relying on him appearing around the corner. He'll be there. Here he is.
Yo!
I was just saying, any second you're going to come around the corner.
Did you leave bang on 10 past?
I might have been 4 minutes late.
No. Well, it's bang on 2.5 miles, so...
Is it? Well, that's what meant to happen. Lovely old job. Good morning.
Morning.
All right.
Joe just explained.
Right, we are 5 miles in and stopping to sort some gear out. Marcus's car. Look at that aid station, loving this. So just losing some layers before heading off for the next 8 miles. 8 miles. I reckon I'm probably going to dump the camera here now. So warm up done, so I'm probably going to leave the camera here, get into a bit of effort, and see you later on. Okay, run all finished. Had my breakfast, home, had a bath, and I'm out giving the legs a stretch, taking Dexter for a walk. Run went amazingly well, to be fair. I was worried about it. As I said, I was running on tired quads from earlier in the week, and I really didn't know how it was going to go. But having got up early and had a decent breakfast, and then allowed time for that to go down as well, I think that was really important. Allowed time for me to digest it. I only actually needed 2 gels on the run, which is nice. Normally I'd need probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 and still feel rough, but I felt amazing the whole way around. So 6 miles warm up, 7 miles at 7:50 pace, which is 30 seconds out of marathon pace, then 5 miles at 7:35s with an accidental 7:25 in there somewhere, I think, and then 3 miles cool down at the end, which were 8:40, 8:30 and 8:20, and I felt awesome. It was a really strong run. Legs felt the same at the beginning as they did at the end, to be honest. A little bit of cramp tiredness, quad tiredness, but wow, what a great run. Really pleased with that. At the end of a tough 50-mile week, watching my nutrition, trying to cut that back for the first week of the sort of 8-week block building up to Manchester. So what did I have today? So I woke up 5:15, had porridge with frozen cherries and bagel with peanut butter and jam, and then after the run, avocado on sourdough with a poached egg, and I think I read 6 cups of tea, 3 mugs of 2, perfect. So the other thing I think that was crucial to today's long run success was last night I had to make a bit of a mercy dash to Marks & Spencer's for some milk because we ran out, and I got a cheeky little bag of Marks & Spencer's chocolate orange Easter eggs, like mini eggs type thing. Oh my god, they were so good. They're amazing. It's only a tiny bag, about £1. Give it a try, they're really good. Sneaked them in before I got home. No one was any the wiser. But yeah, awesome run. Really felt good. It was one of those runs where patches of it felt effortless. I know it was 30 seconds a mile slower than marathon pace, but it's still 21 miles. It's a big old block of running, 2 hours 47. And it was just comfortable. I think average heart rate was like 163. You got up to about 170. Got up to about 170 towards the end of the 5-mile block, just outside marathon pace. But you know, that's at the end of a 50-mile week. It was 20-mile-an-hour headwinds like it is now. You can probably see or hear the wind. But yeah, it's a windy day, and we worked it around a club social run, so that worked really nicely. We finished the first 13 miles in time to meet a load of club runners outside a cafe. They were doing a 5-mile loop, and we squeezed 8 miles out of that 5-mile loop by looping back. And to be honest, by the time I started that 8 miles, I'd already done 13, 6 miles easy at about 8:20, then 7 miles at about 7:50. Didn't even notice it. Didn't even notice those 13 miles. One gel I had at that point, which I left by Marcus's car, and another gel about 5 or 6 miles in. But yeah, awesome run. Really pleased. Rest of the day is rest day tomorrow, and then crack on with a new week. So thank you for watching. Fire in some comments. Hope you had a good week. Take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one.